Alright, welcome to the Season 3 review show. Basically, we're just going to go through the season here, all the different things, and just kind of give you guys just kind of a rundown and a bit of analysis of what I think, how the season went overall. So, let's start off first and foremost. It wasn't the season I was hoping, but at the same time, I think there is a lot of positives to take from this. Obviously, when you get so close to the league and then you kind of mess it up, it does sting a bit. I think in the Champions League and the Premier League, I think they were there for the taking, and we didn't quite capitalize the way I was hoping we would. So a little disappointed there. So look, it's something to try and improve next season. I think we're right on the cusp of competing for the Champions League and the Premier League. I think next year we have to win one of them. I feel like anything less would be disappointing, but look, we'll give it our best shot. Anyway, first things first, we'll go through the squad. Actually, no, hang on. We'll go through the first best 11. So here's the best 11. Interesting enough, Shaw, Maguire are still there. That's a bit of a surprise. I think Twensibi's good. I would have expected Jean-Claire Tobaido and Digne to be there, but look, maybe not. Angel Gomez is in at the cam position, which is also interesting, and definitely not what I was expecting. But hey, look, I'm sure those guys will get bunked out next season. The awards this season, very interesting. Player of the season was Sanguis Under with 37%. My player of the year actually would have been Martial, I think. I think he's just such an integral part of our team. But look, the fans voted for him. They voted Digne second, and they voted Tielemans. I thought Tielemans was better than Luca Digne. But look, the fans are going to have their say. I thought Tielemans was absolutely imperative to our season. I think if we didn't sign Tielemans this season, I think we'd be a whole host lot worse. Goal of the season was Bruno Fernandes against Tottenham. I think you guys will remember this one pretty well. Just an absolute brilliant strike from, I think it was 46 meters they said at the end of the day. But Onana here with a pretty lackadaisy diabolical clear out right into the outstretched chest of Bruno Fernandes, and who just lobbed him over the top, and pretty easy goal. My dad always says Andre Onana is a bit of a liability at goal. But anyway, signing the season, Luca Digne. I'd argue it was Yuri Tielemans, but I can see why people would think Luca Digne was the signing this season, because both those signings were absolute home runs, and if we didn't sign those guys, we'd be in a pretty bad position. And young player of the season is Sanguis Under. So let's have a look at the squad. Now, there are a few players here I think we might have to start looking at. I think the squad here we have currently is quite good. Now, the goalkeeping department, we've Dean Henderson, David De Gea. Two good options. I'm not sure is Dean Henderson the future. I think we might be looking to move him on. I do have a looking at a youth goalkeeper as well who might be pretty good. So I might look to move Dean Henderson on, let him kind of sail off, kind of like I did with Foss Mensah last season. So I mean, De Gea is going to be our goalkeeper next season. I don't see envision any change to him, but his wage is huge. Like, I don't know, would I let De Gea go next season? I don't know. Do I have an ability to yeah, I do have one more year on him. I might keep him for 2 more years and then make a decision. But look, if it happens. The right back position, I'm pretty happy about it, but I do know it can be better. Is it a priority to upgrade? Not really. Max Aarons comes into it. Joshua Kimmich is a player I like a lot as well. But do I think I get those guys? Not really. Do I think we've bigger needs elsewhere? Yes. I think these two guys can do a job. You see their average rating. They pretty much do what I need them to do. So look, I'm happy with how they performed. If they can keep that up, I'll be really happy going forward. Centre back is an area I'm a little concerned with. Guardiola's progressing nicely, but he's not the finished product yet. I don't think he will be for another few years. Harry Maguire, just he wants to leave. So look, he's transferred by request, listed for loan, ensure the player is sold. I think we're gonna have to let him go. He's 29. He's on 220 grand a week. He's not really holding up his end of the bargain, so we'll probably let him go. Twensibi, I think he's probably our second best centre back behind Tobaido. Fantastic player. Smalling, he's just Mr. Reliable. I'd love to get him back another year. I think we have a contract extension on him. An option, do we? Yeah, we do. I'll definitely be triggering that. He's just a good player to have around. Look, I don't want to sell him. I just want to keep him around for another year and just be a quality backup. Oh, look, we need to put him in for a game or two. He slots in perfectly. to buy it out. I mean, do we need to mention anything about this kid? He's just an absolute animal. Wonderful, wonderful player. Probably the best centre back we've had, and I think he's just an absolute. He just fits us like an absolute glove. Bailly's an interesting one. Do we let Bailly go, or do we sign him up for another season? It's a tricky one. That one's probably a little bit trickier than Smalling, but we'll have to see where that one goes to go through. Left back, Brandon Williams hasn't really worked out. I'll be honest, I probably might look to move him on this offseason, although he's on a pretty friendly deal, so I might keep him around for one more year. Shaw and Digne, they're both really good. I really do like this partnership. I do trust both of them. I know Digne had a howler against Barcelona, but look, he was brilliant all season. He really matched up to that 50 million price tag, so I'm happy with that. Tonali, he is a great player, but we need more out of him. We need more development from him. We need him to really up the pace, and that's why I'm looking at another centre mid to bring in. Tielemans, I think the numbers speak for himself. Probably my player of the season. He was just absolutely phenomenal. Just the difference maker really for us this season, and just a huge buy for us. Hannibal Mejbri had some flashes, but at the same time, they were just flashes in the pan, and the consistency is not there yet. But I'm really happy with how he's progressing. I think he'll be an absolute star in a few years' time. Carlos Elena, if he wants to leave, fine, but he's a really good backup player. I think I like him as a backup player. Player we need, for cup games. Perfect fit there. Pogba, don't need to say any more. Absolutely phenomenal player, phenomenal for us, and really just a huge player for us. Senguis Under has just been an absolute outstanding signing from season 1. Don't think I could have signed a better player. He is absolutely played his socks off every season for us, and for me that's a really big positive. So hopefully keep improving. Angel Gomez, I don't know why his rating is so low. I feel like that's a bit harsh, but then again, I do feel like Hannibal Mejbri's on a 6.9 is a bit harsh. I thought Gomez did a lot of good. He's not playing, I did play him different positions, but he is only, most of the thing is reserve start, so that's probably why it's down a bit. But he's a really good prospect. I think maybe he's not the finished article yet, but he certainly will be in a few years' time. Bruno Fernandes, he wants a new contract. I will give him a new contract. I think that's kind of affected his gameplay. I still think he's a world-class player. I think he can still play at this level. And, look, if we give him a new contract, hopefully he'll pull his socks up and start performing the way we know he can. Rashford, he did probably lose the job to Lamar in the off-season, but I think he has kind of pulled his way back into that job, if you would say so. But it's a hard one to figure out how close those two are. Martial, our goal scoring machine, 31 goals this calendar season. That's just incredible. Lamar, I thought Lamar was Lamar can play in the center as well. That's kind of the versatility I'm looking for. But I don't think we really got the best out of Lamar. I don't think we really got the best out of Rashford either. So going forward, we're gonna have to figure that one out. And then finally, the two strikers, Greenwood and Vlahovic. Not quite what I was hoping for from them. I was hoping 15 goals between the two of them, but look, they're playing off scraps really. So we are going to need to see an improvement next season from them, or I'm going to have to potentially loan one of them out, because we do have a striker behind who is knocking on that door for a starting position. Anyway, Dynamics, I don't know if any of you guys are interested in Dynamics. Who supports me though? Bruno Fernandes supports me. Okay, that's good to see. Wan-Bissaka, that's good to see. Interesting, Maguire supports me, even though you haven't been the best. And Hannibal Mejbri and Dallo. So only 6 players. That's a little bit down. Social groups there. Interesting. Secondary core. Very interesting. Code of conduct, team meeting. I kind of messed with the team meeting for the end of the season. Team report. Let's look at the squad depth actually. We have a look at where we stand on things. So AC Martial will be 4 stars on the left. Interesting. I do feel like we need another striker maybe, but I do feel like the biggest need is at centre back, because I do feel like we're going to lose Maguire, so I'd love to replace him. I think Digne is better than that. I think he's definitely much higher up on that list, but anyway, we'll let that one go. Anyway, staff. I do need to go through the staff. That's going to take a long time. I'm not going to bore you guys to that. Let's start with competitions. Right. Let's start with the Premier League and work left to right. The Premier League, right. Where do we start in the Premier League? Let's start, okay, 27 wins. It's probably, I think you need to get 28 to 30 wins to win the league consistently. I mean, City had 31, Liverpool had 30, and they had 32. So yeah, we do need to get 30 wins if we want to win the league. I think that's an absolute imperative. But the real problems, I think, are the draws. You see Huddersfield, Watford, and Bournemouth there. That's 6 points we've dropped that we really shouldn't be dropping. You could probably argue the Wolves game as well is probably a poor one to drop points against. But look, you know, if we're going to draw games, it needs to be against teams in the top 4 and the top 5, really. It can't beat anyone else. On the losses column, the Burnley loss, not acceptable. The Wolves loss, not acceptable either. I think they're probably, you know, look, if we could turn that Wolves game to a draw, I think that's a positive. You know, that's 10 points, and that ties us with City again. So that's probably where the difference is this season. Goals for, I'd like a few more goals. I think something 80 to 90 goals a season will be the goal next season. 24 goals is probably a bit too much to concede. We probably conceded too many to Wolves there. Burnley, we conceded 2 to. West Ham scored 2 on us as well. So, you know, some work to be done there for sure, and especially with the goal difference, you know, we do probably need to get that improved just in case we do finish on level points. Golden Boot in the end went to Lautaro Martinez, unfortunately. Player of the season, Mohamed Salah, 7.76. That's ridiculous. I'd love to get up to that level, but I don't think we're going to get it. Assist, Mohamed Salah with Senguis in second. Player of the match is De Bruyne with 9. Clean sheets, Ederson at 25 clean sheets. That's unbelievable. He had 8 more. So we do need to seriously work on getting that number up. Anyway, Champions League, unfortunately, we're knocked out in the semi-final. We beat Benfica in the quarters, is it? Yeah, Benfica, and then we got revenge over Napoli last season in the knockout stages. We were Group A, so we qualified first, 3 wins, 3 draws. Could have been better. I don't think it was as pretty as it could be, but you know, we got the job done. That's all that matters. I definitely think we can compete next season. I think we're closer to the Champions League than the Premier League. I think by a hair we're very close. FA Cup knocked out by Tottenham, and of course we won the Carabao Cup against Liverpool. So there are some positives there. Negative, of course, being the FA Cup, but I think these two are positives to take. You know, they're not victories, but they are they're work in progress kind of things. Anyway, let's have a quick look to the transfers. I've been inquired for Jack Grealish. I don't think I'm going to sign him though, to be honest. Let's go through the most expensive. So Yuri Tielemans, 74 million from Leicester. That is a great deal. I thought we paid 80 for him. So yeah, very happy with that deal. Looking very pretty good. Good money, well spent. Luca Digne for 50 million, another brilliant spend, and Thomas Lemar for 42.5. These 3 pickups are exactly what we need to do this offseason. We need 3 players that when we bring in, they're going to blow the top off and just be game changers. I think all 3 of these guys have contributed to that ability, and that's exactly what we needed. Bilal Agger is an interesting player. This guy is knocking on the door for probably a top striking position. He looks the future. I think he's going to have to be the backup next season, maybe even the starter if he keeps going the way he is. I think he's going to retire Martial, unfortunately. But look, he's an absolute tank. Looking forward to seeing what he can do while he's 19 as well. So yeah, I'm probably going to keep around the club next season just to get him qualified. Thomas Kovar is a very good prospect for the future. He's just a good development. He's not quite ready yet, but you know, we're getting him set up for the future. That's important. And the other 2 signings are kind of development prospects for the future. So the ins, that was the ins. Here are the outs. De La Feu, I do feel this was a mistake to let De La Feu go so quickly. I think I got a little bit of rush of blood to the head and pull the trigger on this one when I probably should have just held back. I didn't think through about the Chinese window. I think I would like to have him back after the end of the season. I think he might have made a little bit of a difference, maybe, who knows. But especially with T Chong on loan, Dan James on loan, it didn't quite work out. Fred, I feel like Fred was just a casualty of, you know, of what we have. He is 29 years old. I think it was best to get out of that position. Phil Jones, how do we get rid of him for 10 million? I'll never know. Great to get rid of him. Alexis Sanchez, thank you so much for getting rid of him. Real Sporting Gijón. Thank you very much. How's Foster Mensah doing? He's looking good. What a player. Do I regret letting him go? Nah, not too much. I did think he needed to be let go to reach his full potential. Jude Bellingham, I think he's a future. He's 18. I do need him to be a bit better, but I feel like he's like him and Mebry are kind of in the same boat. They're quality players, but they're just not ready yet. Dan James, I think Dan James's time here might be up at the end of the season. I don't know, but we'll keep an eye on him. Going forward, McTominay, I don't really have a place for McTominay. I don't really play a ball, box-to-box midfielder. Teeth Chong, another player I sent out to get some experience. I'm gonna have to look when he comes back and see what he is. Andres Pereira, I'm pretty sure his time at the club is done. I'm gonna let him go, probably for around 20 million. I don't really see a need to keep him on. Marco Mola, probably our backup keeper next season. He's looking good, playing well. I'd be happy to. I think he will. I think we'll let Dean Henderson go and install him as our number 2 for next season. So, I think anyone else is important on this list. Of course, you've seen Bilal Iger, of course, 20.5 million, absolute beast, and Goobels, who isn't bad, isn't the worst in the world. Got a pretty friendly deal, so we'll keep him around for another season before I loan him out again. But overall, pretty happy with how the season went. I think, you know, I'm disappointed we didn't win the league or win the Champions League, but at the same time, there is a lot to take from that. The youth intake, not the best in the world, but hey, look, we're Man United, we can buy who we want. 320 million is the transfer kitty. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what that can do with that. Wage budget 5.2 million, so we do have a little bit of breathing space there to kind of get players signed up. Anything in the development center? I don't think there is anything in the development center. If we look at loans, who's made the most appearances? Did any loans just not work? Jose Pereira doesn't have work permits, maybe that's why he did. Ali Traore, fortunately didn't develop. James only played 10 times. Oh yeah, we sent him over in halfway through the season, so there's always some good here. I mean, not great. Marco Bola came with a 7. He scored the most assists, 8 assists for, again, not exactly against teams we're hoping against. 15 goals, not bad. Goobels with 13, so there are positives there for us for sure in the youth system. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. Hopefully we'll when we come back on Monday, season 4, we'll have a few new faces around the side. I've put in 2 deals in. I'll give you a hint, the 2 of them for Germany, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these players come in and help us out. The 3rd signing I haven't quite fixated on yet. I'm going to see what I have left. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a marquee 3rd signing and then potentially 2 development players. I think I'm going to get a development right back maybe, and a development striker or kind of winger. I'm going to see what's available, what my scouts think, and how they want to approach it. But yeah, there's some interesting players out there. I think we do need a bit more depth. I'm going to have a quick look actually at the Premier League at the transfers. Who was the highest? Yeah. So João Felix was the big one. Okay, 120. Like, we have not spent 128 million yet, but we will be spending money this all season for sure. Frankie De Jong, like, when you can pay that much money for a player, you're gonna do well. They both David McCann for 97 million. That's a great buy for them. Benjamin Pavard to Chelsea. Harry Kane. Yeah, I regret not potentially getting on this deal. That was a mistake by me. Yuri Tillemans, I think that was a brilliant buy by us, and yeah, I think good money will be here. I think we might potentially rival for the top next season, but we'll have to see about that one. But anyway, guys, I am going to wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed this review episode, and nothing else really to say. Really, it's on to next season, and hopefully next season's the one. The series is going to end after season 5, regardless of whether we win or not. That's pretty much my desire moment, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, season 4 starts Monday. I'll see you there.